guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be walking you guys through the steps of how to do a no makeup look. I've had so many people request this video. It's going to be such a simple, easy 10-minute routine that you can do in the morning before you're going to work, before you're heading out to do the grocery shopping, just to get the best out of your makeup. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button and the little bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. If you guys need to leave me any comments or have any questions, please pop them in the comment section below. But if you're interested in seeing how I create this no makeup look, then please keep on watching. So today we're going to start off our no makeup look by wearing sunscreen. I do suggest that everybody puts on sunscreen no matter how dark your skin is or how light your skin is. So not only does sunscreen protect you from UV damage where you have skin cancer and things like that, but it also protects your skin from premature aging. So the sooner you start using a sunscreen, the absolute better it is for your skin. So as I've said before in previous videos, I like to use all natural products. I just find that my skin works better with them, it doesn't break me out, and it just makes my skin look a lot more healthy. So today I'm going to be starting with the Eco by Sonya Driver. This is their natural sunscreen. This is SPF 30. So not only is this sunscreen formulated with all natural ingredients to protect your skin from UV rays, but it's also got some really hydrating ingredients in it as well. So it's really nourishing for the skin. So we've got organic green tea in here, we've got rosehip oil, and we've got vitamin E oil. So I like to take just a little bit on my hand. It does come out a little bit white on the skin when you first put it on, but the more you rub it in, the better it'll become. I don't know if you can see on my hands there, it looks quite white on my hands, but as you start rubbing it into the skin, it gets better and better. So most natural sunscreens are going to come out quite white on your skin. You just have to work them into the skin to make them sit nicer. So we're going to rub all that all over your skin, up into your hairline. Don't forget your ears, and down your neck and your chest. So once you've popped on your sunscreen, the next step that I would normally take, which is a step that I do suggest anybody with really oily skin completely leaves out of this, but I don't have oily skin, I tend to have more dry skin. So the next thing that I would normally go in with is this. This is the CoverFX. This is in Celestial. This is their custom enhancer drops. So this is super, super shimmery. So I like to put it under my makeup. If I put it over the top of my makeup, I'd be like shining from space. But I just like to take a really small amount on my hand. That's about all you'd need. You wouldn't want any more than that. And just put that all over my skin. I really like that dewiness to show through my foundation. Next, we're going to go in with foundation. This is my favorite foundation. You've seen it in many of my videos before. This is the Juice Beauty Phyto-Pigments Flawless Serum Foundation. So this one is super, super runny. So do be careful if you grab this one and put it onto your hand. It's not like a normal foundation. It is more like a serum. So it does allow a lot of your own skin tone, freckles, things like that to show through. So this foundation is a really nourishing formula. It's got no crappy ingredients, no chemical ingredients. It's actually a plant-based foundation. So it's super, super hydrating, and it's got lots and lots of antioxidants packed in it as well. Not only does it go on beautifully and smooth, but it also keeps your skin hydrated throughout the day as well. So I would normally go in with a few pumps of this. As you can see with me putting it on my hand, it's very, very watery, so do be careful, like I said. And we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna pounce that into the skin all over the face. Now for a no makeup look, you just wanna put a light coverage concealer on, and you just want to pat it on very, very lightly as well. So you don't want to have to keep going over and over the areas that you need coverage. This isn't necessarily about heavy coverage. This is more about covering what you don't want to see, like blemishes and dark circles under the eyes, but letting your natural beauty come through. So when you're doing a look like this, you could even go for a CC cream or a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer. Whatever you've got on hand or whatever you like will work perfectly well. Now, when I'm doing foundation for my no makeup look, I tend to go in and use foundation over my eyelid as well. Now, the reason for that is because we're not going to be using a lot of eyeshadow in today's look. So just to take out any discoloration, any veins or anything that might pop through, we just take the foundation right over that eyelid, right up to the brow bone. Now, you're wanting this foundation to look as natural as possible and look as close to your natural skin as possible. So do take the foundation just up into your hairline slightly to make sure that there's no harsh lines on any of your face. Now, my neck is usually quite a different color from my face. So I do like to take my foundation all the way down my neck into wherever my shirt kind of starts. So this one's quite a high necked one. So I'm just going to take it down to the bottom of my neck here and the top of my chest, just to make sure that everything is the same color. Now we're going to go in and we're going to conceal. So we want to conceal any blemishes that are popping through, any redness in the skin or any dark bags or circles under the eyes. So I'm going to go in with this one here from Makeup Revolution. This is their Conceal and Hydrate one. This is their Radiance Concealer, and it's got hyaluronic acid and acai in this one. So generally my areas that are a bit of a concern for me is usually my chin and just down the bridge of my nose. I generally tend to do those areas first before I go in and conceal under my eyes, just so that my eyes don't crease while I'm doing the rest of my concealing. Again, I'm going to take my sponge and we're just going to pounce that into the areas that we feel we just need that little bit more coverage. Again, don't use a concealer that's too harsh and too heavy. We do want to see some of that natural skin tone coming through in your foundation. So you want one that's quite lightweight, but still does the job of covering up. So once I finish concealing my problem areas of redness, I'm just going to go in and do just a little bit of spot concealing to just get rid of any blemishes or age spots or anything that I feel shouldn't be on my skin. So I always find that the best brush to do spot concealing with is a lip brush, actually, which is quite surprising, but they've got a really nice pointed tip. They're quite small and they just seem to get in there and just do the one blemish rather than doing an entire area and making it all look cakey. I'm just going to go in and just cover the areas of blemishes that I want gone. Once we finished our spot concealing, I'm going to go in and conceal under the eyes using the same concealer that I used to spot cover. And I'm just going to place that under my eyes like that, right where I get the bags. And again, pounce that into the skin, right in that area that I need it. So right up into the corner of the eye near the tear duct, wherever you get those purple marks. Now, some people do tend to get a little bit of discoloration on the outer corner of their eye as well. So if that's your case, all you need to do is just blend that concealer right out to the outer corner of your eye like that. If you need to, you can always go in and put a bit more on as well. Sometimes if I'm feeling like I really need to brighten up that area, I will go in with a super, super light concealer. So this one here is pretty much the same, but it's not in their hydrating range, but this is the one I've got in my lighter concealer. So this is their Conceal and Define. This is their full coverage concealer from Makeup Revolution. So I'm hoping you can see that in the camera, but as you can see, that one is much, much lighter than the one I've just put under my eyes. So just to brighten up under those eyes, I'm just gonna go in with the tiniest little bit right where I get the really, really dark purple bits. So just put a tiny little bit there and blend that in. So you can either do that with your finger or you can do it with a sponge or a brush, whatever way works for you. And just really lighten and brighten up that area right there. Now, to make sure that we don't get any creasing under our eyes, we want to go straight in with a powder once we've concealed. Again, you guys have seen this powder many, many times on my channel. I probably will never change. If you've got any suggestions for anything that's better, which I doubt anybody does, but if you do, please hit me up in the comment section below and let me know. But this is the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics. This is her Velvet Finishing Powder. I love this for under the eyes. I love it for the entire face. It just blurs everything out and makes my skin like I've got a permanent filter on. So before you powder, just go in with your finger and just very, very lightly and gently pat out any of those creases that may have formed in between doing your concealing and powdering. If you go in and powder straight away without making sure that there's no lines, you will actually powder the lines into your makeup. So do make sure that it's nice and smooth before you go in with your powder. So we're going to start off under the eyes, just powder right under those eyes all the way from one end to the other. As I said, I really do like to really brighten this inner corner area here where I get the darkest purple parts. So I do like to go in with another powder on top of that, just ever so slightly. I don't use too much. It's literally just a little bit of a dab. But I tend to sometimes go in with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This is number 1. So I believe it comes in 2 different colors. I think this one's more of a translucent and the other one is more of like a yellow-based color. But they have a really slight shimmer to them. So it's actually reflective particles in the powder that just makes your eyes appear more brighter, more wide awake and more healthy. So I'm just going to go in with a little fluffy brush like this one here. This is the Illamasqua brush. I believe it's a blending brush. As I said before in my previous videos, they don't number or name their brushes, but I believe it would be some sort of blending brush from Illamasqua. I'm just going to ever so slightly dip it into my powder. So I've only really got a tiny little bit on the end of my brush, and I'm just going to take it really lightly just here in this darker area, just to really, really brighten that area up even more. Now for me, I do find unfortunately that powder does tend to settle into my creases under my eyes. So I don't like to use it all the way over my eyes. I literally just use it just in the inner corner here where I get the darkest discoloration. Now let's go back to our Nikkia Joy Cosmetics one and we're just going to powder the rest of the face. Now, as we are doing the no makeup look, you only need to do a light powder over the entire face. So as you can see here on my sponge, every time I dip into the powder, I'm really not putting too much product onto my sponge, and I'm just spreading it over larger areas than what I normally would. Please also do remember to take that powder down your neck as well. Especially if the powder that you're using is a colored powder, you definitely need to take it down your neck. Now, because we're doing a really simple, quick and easy no makeup look today, I'm just going to show you something really easy just to define your eyes. It's not going to be anything crazy. There's going to be no color to it. It's basically going to look like you've got nothing on, but it just gives the eyes that more definition and makes them stand out a little bit more. So again, one of my favorites, this is the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot, and this color is in Painterly. So I'll show you the color here. So as you can see, me holding it up against my face or my hand, it's very, very similar to my skin tone. So it's not really going to show up at all, but that's exactly what we want. So take the product on a fluffy brush, dip your brush into the product there, and we're just going to put that all over the entire eye, right up to the brow bone. So I guess you could say that I kind of use this as a concealer over the base of my eyes. I am very, very pale and I'm pink toned as well, which means that my veins show through very blue and purple. So I do like to hide that discoloration with this, with just a slight amount on. Still looks like you're not wearing anything basically at all, but it's just giving that little bit of extra coverage on my eye. Now do always make sure that you set that on your eye as well. Some people don't, but I like to. I just think it stays a lot better during the day. So I'm going to go back in with my Nikkia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder and just powder right over the top where I've just put that Painterly paint pot. So a really great tip for your eyes when you don't have time to stuff around with colored eyeshadow or too much blending or anything like that is to literally just use the same product that you use to contour your cheekbones and go in and just give a little bit more definition to those eyes. So the product that I use for that is the MAC Pro Blush. This color's in Taupe. So I would normally use this as my contour, but I'm also going to use this just with a fluffy brush here, fluffy crease brush. I'm going to go in and just take that right in the crease of my eye. Now it's not going to show up too much, which is exactly what we want. We don't want it to really look like there's any eyeshadow on. I'm just literally trying to give my eyes just a little bit more definition. So place that color right in your crease and with a clean fluffy brush, blend up and out. So if you don't generally contour and you don't have a contour color, you could use something that's normally used for a bronzer. You could use a very light brown eyeshadow. It's completely up to you guys, but something that's quite similar to your skin tone, but just that little bit darker to give that added depth. So I'm hoping that you guys can see in the camera there the difference between both my eyes. So this one I've defined with a little bit of my Taupe contour color, and this one I haven't. Now me being really pale and pink toned, I always go in with the MAC Pro color in Taupe. But a really great color for those who aren't pink based and who are more warm based is this one here. This is the MAC Pro Again blush, and this one's in Sculpt. So this is a really great color for those of you who aren't pink based and aren't cool toned. Now another really good tip for defining those eyes but still making it look like you're not really wearing anything is to use either a liquid liner, a pencil liner, or even one of these gel liners. This is the e.l.f. gel liner here that I'm going to use today to show you how to do this technique. But you can pretty much use any black or brown eyeliner that you've got at home. So grab yourself a nice angled brush, dip into that eyeliner on the back of your hand, and all I want you to do is look down into a mirror, so as if you were applying eyelashes, and wiggle that brush in between all your eyelashes. So as you can see, this eye I've done with the wiggling in of the eyeliner, and this eye I haven't. So it just makes your eye pop just that little bit more. So I haven't put any bold liquid liner on. I haven't put a big line across my eyelashes. I haven't done anything like that. I've literally taken my angled brush, dipped it into my eyeliner, and wiggled it in between all my lashes. If you don't have one of the gel eyeliners that I'm using today, all you need to do is with a pencil, again, grab your angled brush and just get some of that product on the tip of your angled brush, just like this. And then again, wiggle that in between your eyelashes. If all you've got is a liquid liner, all you need to do is take that liner, grab your angled brush, and again, grab some of that product on the end and wiggle that in between your eyelashes. It's a very easy and very simple technique that everybody can do. Now that we've finished defining the eyes, all we really need to go in now is give them a curl. So using your eyelash curler, just go in and curl those lashes. So if you wish to, you can go in with a clear mascara as well. I don't have a clear mascara, but I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite here. This is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot in Blackest Black. You've seen this many times on my channel before, and I'm just going to go in and put that on my bottom and my top lashes. So there's only one more step left that I would normally do for my eyes for our no makeup look, and that is to use an eye brightening eyeliner on my waterline. So I don't suggest that you use a white. I think white is way too stark. No one's waterlines are bright white. So this one here that I've got from NYX, this is their Wonder Pencil. I think this one's in light clear. So as you can see, it's more of a concealer color than it is white, but it really does brighten up those eyes when you place that on the waterline. It just seems to make your eyes look wider and brighter and much more awake. So take that pencil and just slightly pull down your eye and go all the way along that waterline. Next, we're going to go in with a small amount of bronzer just to give our skin a little bit more of a glow. So this one here is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one here is the color Bronzer. So grab a big fluffy brush and dip it right into the product. Pat the excess onto your hand so you don't get a really big blotch of color. And we're just going to put that all over our cheeks, all the way up to our forehead, slightly down on our jawbone, and just down our nose slightly, and on our chin, so the areas that would see the sun. So to do our brows, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Tattoo Brow. This one I believe is dark brown. Yes, number 5 dark brown. So if you have a look at it there, it looks very similar to a gel liner, but it's actually a brow pomade. So go in with a very small angled brush. This one's here is the MAC 203. Dip it into your product. And with our brows, we're just going to go and create feather-like strokes over the entire brow. Next, we're going to go in with a highlighter. Now, I have said in previous videos, I am a massive highlighter lover, and I maintain that to this day. But when I'm going for the no makeup look, I tend to go for one that's not as bright and not as in your face. You kind of want to look like you're literally, your face is just catching the sun. You don't want anything that's too shimmery or too out there. So one that I really tend to like, now this one is a mini version. I got this one as a little sample and I've absolutely fallen in love with it. But this is actually the Mecca Cosmetica. This is their Enlightened powder. This one here, it's such a beautiful highlighter, but it's not too intense. So I'm just going to take a little bit of product on my fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to place it on the high points of my face. So where your face would normally catch the light. So that would be the tops of your cheekbones, that would be your eyebrow bone, the inner corner of your eye, just a little bit down the center of your nose, and your cupid's bow. So for my normal everyday makeup, this highlighter would definitely not be enough for me, but I really like a huge punch with my highlighter. But this one is fantastic for when you're going for just that really natural no makeup look. Once you finish your highlighting, it's time to go in for blush. Now, as I said before with my highlighter, I am a blush girl, so I do like to put quite a bit of blush on. But when I'm going for this more natural look, I tend to go for more of a browny kind of pink-based color. So this is one of my go-tos. This is my Makeup Revolution blush palette in Sugar and Spice. I tend to go for one of these colors here more than the pinky colors or the coral colors when I'm doing this matte natural look. I just find that they're much better at giving that more natural flushed kind of look. So I'm going to get a little bit of product on my brush and I'm just going to sweep that over my cheeks, starting on the apples of your cheeks and just blending that up and outwards. Now, we all know by now I'm really into the natural products. So to finish off this look, I tend to go in with just a plain lip balm. This one's from Horror. This one is their organic lip balm. So they've got about, oh God, I don't even know, like 12 different flavors, smells, whatever you want to call it. They don't leave much color on your lips unless you go for the black cherry color. Then that gives you a really nice flushed kind of red pink tinge. But otherwise, they generally don't leave any color in your lips. So I just like to go in with a plain balm. It doesn't give too much shine, but it just makes your lips look hydrated and plump. And then the only thing really left to do to make sure that it all stays in place is to set your skin. Again, this is one of my favorite products. This is one of the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Cosmetic Setting Spray. I've got it in the watermelon flavor. I think there's about 6 or 7 different smells that you can get. This one is absolutely amazing. I know some of the others are green tea, there's coconut, there's a whole lot of different ones, but this one's definitely the best one that I reckon sets my makeup for the entire day. It literally does not move. So we just go in and spray our face with this. Couple of sprays all over. Wait a few minutes for it to set. When you first put it on, it does look like your face is very, very wet and you're kind of like, holy crap, what have I just done? I've just ruined all my makeup. But you haven't, I promise. It does dry and it dries to a really nice finish on the skin. Now, if you're like me and you really like a dewy look to your skin, I always follow the Gerard Cosmetics setting spray with this one here from Iconic London. This is their Prep Set and Glow. So as you can see all that magic when you shake it up, you can see all that magic happening in the bottle there. So it's a really lovely, subtle shimmer that just gives your skin a really, really nice glow. So as I said before, set it all with the setting spray from Gerard Cosmetics. Then we go in with Iconic London and spray that all over. So there you go, guys. There's our really easy, really super simple, no makeup look. As I said, you can skip a few of those steps if you don't want to do them. So you don't have to add the definition of the eyeshadow if you don't want to, or the wiggling of the eyeliner between the eyelashes. And as I said, if you've got really oily skin, you can skip those 2 steps I mentioned before. The first one being the illuminizer right at the beginning, and then the second one being the London Iconic setting spray. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you can take some of these techniques, some of these tips, and try them out for yourself. Good luck, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!